How's it going, YouTube Tech here? And iOS 18.4 Beta 1 is out now since a few days already. And if I download this on my iPhone 11 Pro Max, so I wanted to see how that beta affects the older iPhones since this is the oldest iPhone that I have is. So as you can see, when you update to the iOS 18.4 beta 1, so before we see what's new in here, we can simply just run a Geekbench score to see what is the score now. Alright, so until the Geekbench 6 downloads, let me tell you the UI is actually running quite smooth. I would say fairly smooth. I don't really see any kind of clutter or stutter here. It runs quite well. As you can see, the scrolling is also well. It's not stuttering that much. And sometimes it does not stutter at all. Though my phone is not heating right now, so that may be the cause because the newest iPhones were heating with the new update and stuttering a lot that I have heard. So I think it's downloaded, not yet. So before this, you can simply go to Control Center, go to the edit mode and add controls. So here you will find a new thing which is actually available to the old iPhones, that is ambient music. So these toggles can be added to your control center over here. And if while in the edit mode, you can simply click on them or tap and select the kind of beat you want to hear. So this is for productivity. So you can get options, but you can also select your library and choose any playlist you want from here. So that adds for your productivity a custom toggle for that. So you can access it directly from the control center and play that specific playlist or library. So we do have this feature in the older iPhones. Right, so the Geekbench 6 is downloaded. So let's see what scores do we get. So it's iOS 18.4, 4 gigs of RAM. Let's run the CPU benchmark. Well, those two new Australian Siri watches are also available with this update for this older iPhone. And with the News Plus, for the News Plus subscribers, you do also get the different food section in the News Plus where you can finally find different recipes, straightforward ways to prepare it. So that's also available to all the devices, rather old or new. So in this Photos app, you do get the new filter out option. So if you go to Photos and Filter, so if you go to Filter, you can finally see there are two new options available on the older iPhones that say shared with you or those which are already not in any album. So you do also get this feature on the older iPhone. So if you have enabled back tap, so when you access the back tap, you will get a notification like indication that back tap has been initiated. So if I do this, all right. So I go to the app switcher and you can see it says that back tap was enabled. So this also has been added and is available to the older iPhones. But with this update, you also get the two new podcast widgets. So if you go to edit mode in the home screen and tap add widget and go to the podcast, so you can find two new widgets that are library and the shows. So library shows basically the content of that podcast, and the show shows who you are actually following. Well, our Geekbench score is taking longer than expected. It's already 8 minutes and it's not even half done. So I guess we have to wait for it. So in the meantime, as you can see, the small updates that has been made to the toggles for Wi-Fi and cellular network. So they show the strength of the bar of your Wi-Fi and cellular network. So I don't have a SIM in this, so it shows nothing. But I have 3 by 3 bars on my Wi-Fi. So the Wi-Fi toggle also shows 3 by 3 bars. So that's a small addition was made to these toggles for their signal strength, which is also available to the older iPhones. Well, you definitely don't get Apple Intelligence features with this iPhone, but I think there are most of the new features which is also available to the older iPhones. So I think it still supports quite well. And as I've heard, iPhones supporting iOS 18 will also get iOS 19. So it would be really amazing to see what new iOS 19 features these old devices can get. So that's pretty much my conclusion. It works well. And I don't think I found any kind of bug up until now. Did find it in my 15 Pro, but not on my 11 Pro Max. And as soon as this test completes, let's see what the score we do get. Well, we have finally reached the horizon, and this is the score on iOS 18.4 Beta 1 on iPhone 11 Pro Max. So it's slightly higher than the average iPhone 11 Pro Maxes. So I guess that's a pretty good way to put it. It's better. iOS 18.4 does put a good spin on this iPhone. Well, I guess that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Peace out.